Namaste. Today let us study Indian Accounting Standards, Indian AS. Meaning of accounting standards. Accounting standards are the written statements consisting of rules and guidelines issued by the accounting institutions for the preparation of uniform and consistent financial statements and also for the other disclosures affecting the different users of accounting information. So as you know, accounting standards are the written statements. Okay. So all the rules and guidelines in order to prepare financial statements are given, and these are considered as accounting standards. So when we are preparing the financial statements, we have to take into consideration all these accounting standards. So this will help you, like how to prepare, like how to treat a particular item. For example, depreciation. How to treat that? How to treat leases. So when you are preparing the financial statements, accounting standards will guide you. So these are the written documents of rules and guidelines. So these are issued by the accounting institutions. Okay. So it is uniform for all the like financial entities, all the institutions, all the companies. It is uniform, right? Okay. Let us study one by one. So Indian accounting standards. Indian AS 101, 101. So this deals with first time adoption of Indian accounting standards. So when you are preparing the financial statements for the first time, okay, with the help of Indian accounting standards, so how to do that will be explained by accounting standard 101, Indian AS 101. So deals with first time adoption of Indian AS. So Indian AS 102, share based payments. So the payments which are related to the share based payments, and how those payments reflect in the profit and loss account or the financial statements. So it will be explained by 102, 102. 103, business combinations. So Indian accounting standard 103 deals with business combinations. Okay, it helps in improving the relevance, reliability, and comparability of the information that a reporting entity provides in its financial statements about a business combination and its effects. You should know it deals with the business combinations, right? So whenever you are preparing the financial statements, when there is business combination, then you have to go to this accounting standard. So 103 will give you the guidelines. 104, 104, it deals with insurance contracts. So for the insurance companies, this helps. So insurance companies should consider accounting standard 104 while preparing the financial statements. Indian accounting standard 105, 105, non-current assets held for sale and discontinued operations. Okay. So how to present and disclose the information related to that will be explained by 105 accounting standard. Then Indian accounting standard 106, 106, exploration for and evaluation of mineral resources. Okay. So it is related to mineral resources. So such companies should follow Indian accounting standard 106. Next, Indian accounting standard 107, 107, financial instruments disclosure. So financial instruments, it will enable users to evaluate significance of financial instruments for entities' financial position and performance and nature and extent of risks arising from financial instruments to which the entity is exposed during the period. Okay, so financial instruments, which are the instruments that we are using and what is the risk? So how to disclose that will be explained by 107, accounting standard 107. Indian accounting standard 108, it deals with operating segments. So evaluate the nature and financial effects of the business activities in which it engages and the economic environment in which it operates. So it discloses the information. Okay, how to prepare the financial statements when there are operating segments. 109, financial instruments. So here what happens, financial instruments, what are the information that needs to be provided for their assessment of the amounts, timing and uncertainty of an entity's future cash flows. So you have the financial instruments. So when do you get it? Okay. When can you encash it? So what is the timing and whether it is certain or not, whether there is any risk. So everything, how to disclose, you have to refer 109 accounting standard. Indian Accounting Standard 110, Consolidated Financial Statements. So this standard established principles for the presentation and preparation of consolidated financial statements when an entity controls one or more other entities. So usually in the case of subsidiaries and holding companies, you are preparing the consolidated balance sheet, right? Consolidated financial statements, how to prepare them. So 110 accounting standard explains that. Indian Accounting Standard 111, Joint Arrangements. This standard establishes principles for financial reporting by entities that have an interest in arrangements that are controlled jointly. So joint arrangements, anything which is related to joint arrangements, we have to refer this accounting standard. 112, Disclosure of interest in other entities. This standard requires an entity to disclose information that enable users of its financial statements financial statements nature, risk and effect of such interest in other entities. So sometimes what happens, we have interest in the sense we are investing in certain other companies or whatever it is, we have some business connections. So because of that, there might be some problem, we don't know, right? If the company is like it's about to liquidate, and if we have so much investment in them, so we don't know what will happen, so it is a risk. So usually when we have the interest in other entities, any connection with other entities, how to disclose that, that will be explained by Indian Accounting Standard 112. Then Indian Accounting Standard 113 relates to fair value measurement. Fair value set out framework for measuring the fair value and disclosures about fair value measurements. So fair value measurement, how to calculate the fair value. So it will be explained by 113. 114, regulatory deferral accounts. This standard specifies financial reporting requirements for the regulatory deferral account balances that arise when an entity provides goods and services to customers at a price or rate that is subject to rate regulation. So when the price regulation is there, at that time how to prepare the accounts, that is explained by 114. Accounting Standard 115, revenue from contracts with the customers. This standard establishes principles that an entity shall apply to report useful information to users of financial statements about nature, amount, timing and uncertainty of revenue and cash flows arising from a contract with a customer. So contracts with the customers. So which are the guidelines to be followed? Okay, that is explained by 115. Then there is one more, that is 116. Let us see. Indian Accounting Standard 116. It deals with the leases. Okay, this standard prescribes appropriate accounting policies and principles for the leases, lessees and lessors. So in the case of lease, how to prepare the financial statements in the books of lessee and lessor. So that is explained by 116 leases. So 116 are there. Then Indian Accounting Standard, it goes with Accounting Standard 1. Indian Accounting Standard 1, presentation of financial statements. So how to present the financial statements, the guidelines will be given. Okay, minimum requirements. So these are the must things. So you have to follow this. Explained by 1. Accounting Standard 2, inventories accounting. So inventories, stock, you know that. So related to inventory, inclusion, exclusion, cost. So which cost we have to take into consideration, requirements, everything will be explained by Accounting Standard 2. Then 3, 4, 5, 6, those are not there. Okay. Then 7. This is because, see, whenever they are preparing the accounting standards, they will give a particular number. But after some time, if they feel it is not important, they remove it, right? So at present, in 2020, which are the accounting standards prevailing? Okay, in this time will be explained here. So it is better if you constantly look at ICAI website. Indian accounting standards will be prepared, right, by the ASB, Accounting Standard Board. So it is better ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So that website, if you visit regularly, you'll get the updated information. Then, Indian Accounting Standard 7, Statement of Cash Flow. So cash flows, there are operating activities, financing activities, and investing activities, right? So how to prepare the financial statements? Okay, so cash flows, how to take into consideration will be explained by Accounting Standard 7. Accounting Standard 8, Accounting Policies, Changes in Accounting Estimates and Errors. So this prescribes the criteria for selecting and changing accounting policies. Okay. Accounting Standard 10, Events after reporting period. So anything, once you are preparing all the financial statements, but something happens after that. Okay, deals with any adjusting or non-adjusting event occurring after reporting period date. How to deal with that will be explained by Accounting Standard 10. Indian Accounting Standard 12, Income Taxes. This standard prescribes accounting treatment for income taxes. How to account for the current and future tax. So anything which is related to income tax, Accounting Standard 12 will give the guidance. Accounting Standard 16, it relates to property, plant and equipment. So how to treat? Okay, PPE, property, plant and equipment, such as recognition, determination and the depreciation charges, impairment losses. Everything is dealt by Accounting Standard 16. 17 is not there, 17 is removed. I think, see, very recently there were only Indian Accounting Standard 150. But after that, in 2019, they included 116 also, which is related to leases. And before, it was Indian Accounting Standard 17. 17 was leases and 18 was revenue. So both were omitted in 2019. So Accounting Standard 17 was removed, leases, and Accounting Standard 116 was included as leases. Clear? So 17 and 18 both were removed. 19. Employee benefits. This standard prescribes accounting and disclosure requirements related to employee benefits, which are related to employee salaries and all those other benefits, compensation, whatever it is. So it is related to Accounting Standard 19. Accounting Standard 19 will guide that. Accounting Standard 20. So accounting for government grants and disclosure of government assistance. So when the company receives the government grants, how to treat that will be explained by Accounting Standard 20. Accounting Standard 21, the effects of changes in foreign exchange rates. See, when our company has certain foreign transactions, so with the dollar, euro, Japanese yen, we are doing the transactions in terms of that, then exchange rates will definitely affect our cash flows, right? The profits. So, effect of changes in foreign exchange rates, that is dealt by Accounting Standard 21. 22 is removed. 23. Borrowing costs. It provides borrowing cost incurred on qualifying asset. On qualifying asset should form part of that asset. It also guides on which finance cost should be capitalized, conditions for capitalization, time of commencement and cessation of the capitalization of borrowing cost. So borrowing cost. So whenever you are borrowing, you have to pay some commission or something like that. So how to deal with that will be explained. Then whether you have to capitalize it or take it as a revenue. So everything, all these questions will be answered in Accounting Standard 23. Accounting Standard 24, Related Party Disclosure. So an entity's financial statements contain necessary disclosure to draw attention to the possibility that its financial position, profit and loss, may have been affected by the existence of related parties and by transaction and outstanding balances. So if our company is related to another company, so if we have so many transactions, then we have to disclose that in the financial statements, because definitely it will affect the profitability or financial standing of our company. So related party disclosure will be dealt by Accounting Standard 24. Accounting Standard 27, separate financial statements. This standard prescribes accounting and disclosure requirements for investments in subsidiaries, joint ventures, and associates when an entity prepares separate financial statements. So, how to deal with that? How to disclose when there are subsidiaries? You have subsidiary companies, okay, joint ventures. So, how to prepare the financial statements, separate financial statements, how to be prepared? So, it is done by Accounting Standard 27. Indian Accounting Standard 28, investments in associates and joint ventures. So, it is related with the investments. This standard prescribes accounting for investments in associates and to set out requirements for the application of equity method when accounting for investments in associates and joint ventures. So when you are making the investments, how to record that will be explained in Accounting Standard 28. Then Accounting Standard 29, financial reporting in hyperinflationary economies. So when there is hyperinflationary economies, in the sense inflation is very high. So during that time, hyperinflation. So how to make the financial reporting, how to prepare the accounts will be dealt by Accounting Standard 29. 30 is not there, 31 is not there. 32, financial instruments presentation. So you know the financial instruments, right? So how to present that will be explained. Then EPS 33 is dealt with earning per share. So how to determine how to calculate earning per share and how to present will be explained here. Accounting Standard 33. Accounting Standard 34, interim financial reporting. So in between, when you are reporting the interim financial statements, how to prepare, so everything will be explained in 34. So minimum content of interim financial report and principles for recognition and measurement in complete or condensed financial statements for interim period. So once in 6 months you can prepare, right? How to prepare that will be explained by Accounting Standard 34. Then Accounting Standard 36, impairment of assets. So it ensures that an asset's carrying amount is not more than its recoverable amount. So impairment, in the case of impairment of assets, how to consider it and how to record it will be dealt by 36. Indian Accounting Standard 37, provisions, contingent liabilities and contingent assets. So how to recognize it? Which are the provisions, contingent assets and liabilities? So recognition criteria is explained and measurement basis, how to recognize and how to measure. Okay, this will be explained here and how to disclose it. 38, intangible assets. This standard prescribes accounting treatment for the intangible assets. So like copyrights, then goodwill. Okay, how to treat that? It specifies conditions for the recognition of intangible asset and how to measure carrying amount at which intangible asset should be recognized. What is the amount? How to calculate the amount will be explained here. Then Indian Accounting Standard 40, investment property. This standard prescribes accounting treatment for the investment property and related disclosure requirements. So investment property is dealt by Accounting Standard 40. Last one, Indian Accounting Standard 41, it is related to agriculture. This standard prescribes accounting treatment and disclosure related to agricultural activity. So if the concern is related to agriculture, then Indian Accounting Standard 41 should be followed. Okay. So these are at present accounting standards. In future, there can be some addition or there can be some kind of deletion. Okay. So it's better to visit ICAI website and update your knowledge. Okay. Thank you so much.